Any questions?
Anything?
No. Did you by any chance, get to talk on that parental ed program?
I gave it to, Jason.
Okay.
I was gonna follow up with him in a little bit, and see what he thinks about it.
Okay.
And then I had something I had a WASV monthly magazine that had a really good article on vaping, but I wasn't right with it.
No,
So,
you have to come with it, cross that.
yeah, it's a, it's kind of restorative justice type of thing. It's like
Okay.
moving away from just kicking them out of school.
Yeah, cause
That doesn't do anybody good.
no, some will move forward with that.
Yeah, well, someone probably do.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
Okay, but even if you can email it to me, that, you can get that, that's fine too.
No, I passed the magazine around now. I can't find it.
Okay, works for me. All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Dennis. Recovery court report. Here she comes.
Spent the last month doing absolutely nothing, so I have to.
I've heard good things come out of that office.
Yes, we've been very, last week we have accepted our third participant. And we have 3 more to work, so by the end of the year, we should have 6 people in our recovery group, which is a big, big feat.
That's most people I've heard since I heard.
Busted our butts trying to get there, but we got quite a few people, and there's even more people in line after that, but there was, we got 15, and we got 3 more for sure that are coming. I started writing the grant, that opens up on the 1st, so we've already started doing that. And like Rich said, one of the things that I have is the letter of support for the Rusk, for the grant that needs to be signed.
Don't be bashful.
Just all you gotta do is just like write your name right there. Sorry, I can turn up more. And basically what I can do is when I get that, my plan is to go on to as many people and just so you guys can see what we have on the grant. We're basically, last year when we wrote the grant, we wanted to add criminal justice services coordinator as a position instead of the financial coordinator. I kind of put the push on it this year and said, maybe just to focus on recovering or rebuilding recovery court and get that going. Maybe next year at this time, if we are running where we need to be, then we can maybe look at that, but right now we need to focus more on just rebuilding the recovery.
Focus on what's at hand.
Yes, let's not, get too many irons in the fire. Let's just build a strong recovery court and build off of that and see what we can do next year. So with that being said, we pretty much are just going to go back to what we've asked before. And then once that's done, like I said, I'll, all the details of everything so everybody can see what we, are putting in the grant. The only thing that's different is that this year we've asked for additional funding. We've asked for additional funding to attend the All National Recovery Court Convention, which is in Orlando, but it's an opportunity for recovery courts from all of the United States to come together. It's a great learning, ability for everybody to do the last time, and the grantors really want recovery courts to do this the last time that was on the night. So it's been 7 years, so it's been fun.
I'm sure a lot's changed in 7 years.
Yes, yes. So with that, the only other thing I have is that I have at the end of the month, my Wisconsin Treatment Court Association, recovery court coordinator, so I'm going to, so that's the only thing I have for our, we have 750.
There's a motion now to approve the out-of-county travel for $752.34.
Wisconsin what?
Wisconsin Area Treatment Court, it's WATCP. It's Recovery Court Coordinator, or Treatment Court Coordinator. No cost.
Approve the out-of-county travel for $752.34. All in favor, say aye. Aye. And it carried.
And then, as he said, I did do a presentation for the CGCC, because there's a lot of people that do recovery court. So I threw together a PowerPoint presentation, with what we have going on. And my hope is to also bring a couple of people that have graduated from it so that they can kind of update everybody on what they're doing. Yes, yes. Yeah, we're not one for me, just because we graduated. Yeah, some recent people, so that's my goal.
Sounds like a plan, I've heard
Thank you.
good things going up
Thank you.
there, so thank you very much. District attorney.
What's up, John?
Yeah, sorry, there,
Knocks.
Go get him, Clay.
The governor did appoint John today, so he went from ADA to DA. It's a wonderful thing. On September 16th, he was sworn in. But in tandem with that, we lost, William, who's our special prosecutor. So while we do have a DA, he is not going to do everything that's able to act like ADA. So we are absolutely strong. He is not here because he's in a 3-day sexual assault jury trial, so that's why he can't be here to meet you guys. And then we have 3 more days of trials this month. We've got 6 days in November and 11 days in December, most of which are stacked in full trials, so if one settles, there's still on the calendar. Last week we had 4 speedy trial demands filed, which means that that trial has to be going for 90 days. So that rearranges all the things, so it's kind of a crazy house right now. Other than that, we're just going on.
There's a couple months, huh?
Yes, every time we get used to something changes. I do have one out of county traveler request for Nancy to go to the fall workshop with victim witness professionals. People from around the state, and just explore their own forces.
Okay. So then now the county travel for 240. Move. Mr. Russell.
Second?
Only 3 of us.
6240 out of county travel.
2.
2. Yeah, Karen, Karen, yeah, Karen. Can't remember signing wages people. Out of county travel. Yeah, we gotta kinda sign that. Or she's gonna get her fingers slapped like the rest of us.
Any questions at all? Anything?
No, I don't have any. Thank you, and hopefully we don't get too overwhelmed. Circuit court report, that would be, yeah, and I think that there's a, she sent me an email, you guys get the email too?
I didn't get anything.
You got the email, so when the building, and that came from down, and they just got that big trial. All right, we're on to extension. Lord.
Hey. I just texted Carrie, she's on the wait list for the, court proceeding today, so she's waiting to hear if she needs to go
Oh.
or not, so.
I got your email, I read your email.
Okay, I was gonna say, so I don't know if she's gonna come down, but I did bring some, paper copies if anyone wants them of the quarterly report I sent out, just today, so.
The same one as that.
It's the same
Same
one.
one online.
Right, the one I emailed you was colorful and pretty.
She wrote it.
But
I
this
just,
one
I
is
just
just black
learned
and
it,
white.
so I actually stood there and read it.
Oh, good,
And I was
good,
outside.
good. So I hope it was just a, nice snapshot of what Food Wise has, been doing in the county for the last quarter, as well as what Carrie's been doing. I know Carrie's been here and has updated you, but it's nice to, just get it in writing a little bit of, what she's been up to, whatever she's been up to, and then, what's coming up. So, the only thing that I really wanted to highlight for you is that Eileen, of course, is, completely done now with us. She's actually going to do some, work over in St. Croix County. Has retired, but she keeps coming back to help, so, area two folks are, doing a taste of 4-H, this October is a big month for 4-H, all the recruitment and, all the things, so they're doing a taste of 4-H to get people more involved in 4-H, and so area two has some virtual opportunities that they usually in the past have shared materials across the lines, and so that's what someone signing up to, hey, come on! So I was talking to them about the taste of 4-H, so, and so, there's some travel between counties to gather the materials to be able to teach it, across counties. So
Yes.
I try and help with that as much as I can, because I already travel between counties, but might be some of that.
A few things going on in October 19th.
October's a little busy.
It's a little busy.
The out of county travel.
Do you have to get that approved for these guys? The out-of-county travel, is that through Lauren?
So the out-of-county travel that she's requesting is, paid for by the county, so it is approved for here. There's a lot of it that, the state pays for that we don't ask for your approval, but.
And you have to have the paper filled out?
Oh, I do, okay, which paper? I don't know which
So
paper.
it's out-of-county travel, so it's Z-Drive?
Okay, see, that I don't have and don't know about, so, okay, on the Z Drive, I'll have Charmaine either show me where it is, so I can do that.
It should be in the finance.
Okay.
Okay. Out-of-county travel, yeah. Somebody's gonna sign it,
Okay, somebody from the board here. Okay,
otherwise they won't.
okay.
I've given them minutes, but.
Otherwise, normally we try to have them done for all this.
And it's ahead of time, it's not afterwards.
Right.
So it's an estimate.
An estimate travel.
Right, you
So,
Great,
so you can request.
I can't be
your-
great all the time.
sorry, I was
It's
trying
fine.
to catch you before you left.
But, I mean, they're just gonna sign it or you can just wait for that.
Okay. No, that's okay, I'm just trying, as long as I know that, yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Cory.
Nope, you're fine. So, I don't know what to do. What is it, when are you doing this, the 16th?
It's the Baron.
This month, right? The Baron?
Barron, but the other one,
This 25th.
and the Taste of 4-H, those are running like 5 times in October. So we're gonna work on only one of the things, like mine is a house plan application. I'll need to get them that, in time.
Yeah.
The rest of them can all be lumped together. So when you're traveling, it'll most likely be one event.
The 25th is where?
Taylor County for a 4-H meeting.
When you get the form,
Yeah.
Yeah, could you possibly print it off?
Well, let me go back to the office and find that form. And
I probably can.
could you email it to me? If not, I'll go back down and find it.
Yes, I can.
Okay. And then I'll just save it to my,
That's what I do.
Just for future, anytime out of county travel, anything, sheets, so we can all sign.
Okay.
Approve. If we don't, we all get our hands slapped.
that's never a good thing.
Like who?
We don't wanna answer that, do we? No, it's not her.
So mileage would be
Oh,
taking you on
finance.
Yes.
Oh, it's like.
Yeah. I'm looking at retirement next year.
Weird.
all right, well, any questions about?
No, I actually read the email. That I- Very interesting. I like it. Actually,
Just because by the time the quarter ends, and then we make some that,
I was like sitting at the table, I'm like,
It's weird, it's
is that tree really blooming? I went outside, and like, sure enough, it's blooming again, I'm like, that's pretty rare.
Yeah, that's really, I had some berries.
And then WIS.
We got two different kinds.
Okay, thanks, Connie.
The white and the purple. So,
Yeah.
the wife yells at me every time I start trimming the saddle, she says I'm killing it.
We'll get you some, trimming the lilac educational materials and extension.
Probably
It's
so.
called walk up there like this and cut it back. 'Cause
You know what my husband all the time.
I gotta mow the grass. So,
All right, thank you.
all right. Right. Oh. Is she gonna bring it back down?
Sorry, I'm home.
Okay.
What?
You ready to roll?
You make a motion to take care of it.
When it gets there, I'm not gonna make a motion based on the fact we don't know what we're making a motion on. Makes sense? Because we don't know what the amount is, well, we know it could be $2,000.
We are talking about all of it.
I know it'd be fine, but.
I just help Carrie get some out of town travel. You gotta fill it out quick.
Oh, yeah, I actually, oh, for upcoming?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause Trails End, we have a spooky open house, on the 26th. So you can come check that out. We'll have different groups in each one of the cabins. The fair will be there to provide food. And there'll be 2 different trail, Jimmy Moore will lead the trail. But anyway, that is happening on 26th. That's all I have. Well, for usage, next time I can have, revenue, all of that, we are looking great at revenue. We just had our last wedding last weekend, and so, camp will get winterized on Tuesday, giving James a week to, clean with water, before we winterize, so. And then he can start catching up on some of those other projects like Swinging Bridge and the Arc of Nature Trail, get those finalized.
Do you try and forecast revenue or just, it is what it is?
I can pretty much tell you what revenue's gonna be in a year once I have all the reservations. Private use is easy because it's a flat fee a day, but when you have a whole month long of youth, it's $3 a day per kid. So those are harder to guess, but
Yeah.
I can estimate revenue.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, yeah, so, I'll have final numbers, James just gave me the last bills, yesterday, so. But yeah, we will look good, and actually, I had to, crunch numbers a bit cause we increased his hours to 1,200 this year as well, this year and next year. Cause camp was so busy this summer, there was so much he didn't get to.
Yeah.
So, but in order for the county to say yes to that, I had to show them that there's gonna be more revenue.
Right.
So there was that, and then, by him mowing out there, there'll be less of a maintenance transfer, that happens after the year closes, so, but yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it. There's the poster for our little shindig.
Trustee?
I only have one comment. Joe Bay was questioning about it, there'd be a problem with the ice coming off the roof onto the gas tank. So James said he was gonna recheck that. And Joe was really impressed with the new obstacle course that's out there. And he admired the new pavilion, which was beautiful.
Well, that new one we just put up, right?
Mm-hmm, yep, with ARPA funds, and, one of the trustees had asked James if it got a lot of usage, and he said it got a lot of usage.
Isn't that kinda like up in center focus, that one?
Yeah, well, if you drive down the wrong
On
way,
that
it's
side of the
right
road.
there, right across from the bathroom, so, it is a good learning area, outdoor learning area, under the, not right in the elements.
pine trees around there, you really don't have shade, and so it's very good that way.
And actually, there is one more, I think we have an eagle, naming, or whatever that is, Boy Scouts do. But that's just in the pavilion in October, that's nothing that. But that's it for Trails End.
Is that right, your time? Yeah. Okay. Fair business. Fair board report, current year budget, and fair contracts.
So we have a wedding this weekend, we have a demo derby this weekend, and next weekend we have another wedding. Hopefully the weather holds up nice where nothing freezes. But after that, we will then winterize the fairgrounds. So that's building wise. The internet's up, we have a TV, all that in the senior youth building that public health actually paid for with our funds. So there's like 3 different exercise groups in there that meet now, so, it's good. At the fairgrounds. Over budget, but good.
No contracts.
Yep. Well, okay, so now that we have that beautiful east wing, the Zach Serp wedding for September 6, 2025 wants to add that wing. So depending on what you do with the buildings and all of that, what we'll probably just do is, I checked the dairy barn, cause this is an additional building that they'll be using. Cause really there's no way to block off the east wing from the other wing, so you might as well just have it all one building. But anyway, they did request that, and they are very anxious to pay already. I'm like, you don't have to, but they want to, so.
Swing with the multi-purpose.
Yes, in addition, yeah, they're only approved for multi-purpose right now, but they want to add the east wing on that. So we'll just add the dairy barn with all the wings, cause right now on the usage how we have it, it's the whole thing. So, even though they're only gonna be using it.
Do we have to have a motion then?
Yes, yes.
Okay, need a motion to add the east wing with multi-purpose building, correct?
In it, yeah, 'cause she's already approved
In
that.
it.
It's 2025.
Yep, 2025.
Move.
Motion by Mr. Russell, second by Ms. Goda. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Contracts approved.
And there's one other, type of usage. I got a request yesterday to use the old soccer equipment that we have from when we had, Rusk area sports and rec. So right now, the soccer nets and balls are under that lean-to by the ice rink. And so there's a couple families that just wanna, teach skills to their kids. It's not an organized group by any means, they just wanna go out there, a couple Sundays. And so, I ran it by Jamie, cause does it fall under recreational liability, that type of thing. And, what we were going to tell them, as long as you're okay, is we can't grant you exclusive use, but the fairgrounds is public property, so if there are no other events, it's available for the public to use, and if there's recreational equipment outside, it would be available to use as well. I don't believe, it's totally unorganized, never know when they're gonna go, and the equipment's there. So right now, if somebody wanted to go play kickball in our ball diamonds, that does not constitute a usage agreement unless it's an organized event and, people are gonna be coming, things like that. So, are you alright with that?
How do they get to this stuff?
It's right there. It's, there's like a lean-to where some of the equipment is, and that's where the soccer nets are, so it's all right there.
It's
So like,
unlocked and.
it's not locked at all,
Yeah.
so they don't, there's no, maintenance needs at all, and we don't need to do anything, they just go when they want, use the equipment, put it back. Powerhouse uses it, it's just right there, we don't have storage, we sold a Zamboni, that's what we have left, so why not get some usage out of it?
So the recipes for that.
Long ago,
Why would you sell a Zamboni?
I know.
well. So, okay, I will let them
Have you
know
watched-
that is okay.
Have you ever watched the hockey game? Okay, it's the machine that comes out on the ice periodically and it melts and reforms the smooth surface, smooth as glass.
Our skating rinks in the winter time have never been that smooth.
Parker's Pond is good.
They got rid of,
That's that really Zamboni.
But it's your fault. Alright, more contracts.
That's it for contracts.
Okay, I guess we move down to fair business now. Now the gloves come on.
Does that mean we're on the rates and all that?
We don't need a fairground report, do we? We just did.
I kinda rattled a little off.
You wanna go fairground building and equipment usage rates?
Sure.
Sure. Can't put my glasses on.
I'll make it bigger.
Right. Wise guy brought up copy. Well, I gotta take a glass shot, too close. Okay.
So currently, we charge $500 for security deposit. We could charge, typically for returning groups, we don't charge. For new groups, we do. These are your rates. We had talked about some of these, getting rid of some of these things. So just wanted to give you a refresher of what some of the current rates are for this year. 500, 150, 75, and 1,000. And this is what we are proposing to do over here in this left column.
And one of the big things is taking out like non-profit groups not paying, that's a ton of money going up.
Well, the reduced rate.
The reduced rate, I
For
should say.
non-income producing groups.
The only thing that we kept in there that would be free is 100% youth participation events. You think of a better way of wording that. The reason is like pony clubs, an example Sharon and I talked about today, they do a couple events a year out there. And some of them is just all the kids, but then last year they also had adults participating and showing as well. Well, then it's not 100% youth participation. So we think it's a, 4-H group, something like that, group from the school that is, it's 100% for the kids and the youth. Then, we waive the fees.
We could tell them that if they would take the adults out of that, then they're.
Yeah, they would be informed of that, cause they do a couple, one is just all youth. And then another one's a little bit bigger, they have, a lot of horse trailers and stuff there. So then they would be required to rent or pay fees.
I did add Medford, you approved that last time, but did you want that on the sheet? Cause that was just on the 26th, that was just in Medford for a training. I don't know that I will be going to Washburn County as well, but I thought I'd add it on there in case I have to deliver Taste of 4-H. Barron County I have to go to, so Barron County will be, like 78 round trip. But if I go to Washburn, Michelle Lake, that'd be 120. But if I don't have to go, that's great, I won't go. And then Jump River, that's just where that 4-H club meets, and that's round trip, 32. My question is, it says 30 cents, but I was under the understanding the state rate was 51. Or is it
67, and you can't use any, if you take your own vehicle.
I forget what we did for Irene, it's the same one, it's the same rate.
I was told 51 cents, so that's what I put on my things.
That could be right. If that's what we paid you last time, then it's correct.
Right.
So,
I I just didn't know what the 30 cents was, so I was,
Oh.
Does she want them each separate, or they all pay together?
Oh, they're okay together.
yeah, and I just did it quick, I apologize, my next one will be neater and more on time.
So you have Washburn. So total of one,
That would be $117 would be my, if,
$117.30
if I went to Washburn County as well. If I don't, then it'll be less.
Alright, so is there a motion to approve the out-of-county travel for Carrie for $117.30?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Russell,
Second.
second by Ms. Good. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries for out-of-county travel. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but.
Oh, you're fine.
We just gotta
I'm sorry.
we just gotta kinda keep things moving, we gotta work together.
Yes. So I don't need that back, you guys
Yeah,
just keep
we
it.
need this.
Yeah, it is 51 cents.
Oh, I need this, okay. Do I submit it with,
Anytime you have out-of-county travel, bring that sheet,
Okay.
you sign it, you take it back to you, cause that's how it goes through finances.
okay, like a
Turn it
caption.
in when you give me that other sheet. and then-
Christmas sheet,
Yeah.
okay. Well, thank you, now I know the process, I will do it that way.
It's all good. All learning curve for all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jared.
So, we increased the multi-purpose up to $750 a day. Obviously, that's the most sought out building with, you know, the new fans, and
I don't think that's out of line.
I don't think so either. And then the round barns and the wings, obviously the east wing's right in with that. The $300 a day gets you the whole thing, all the wings plus the round barn. Educational building, log building, obviously a lot of updates to that. $300, tin building, really good shape, new doors and everything on it. Horse training concessions, it's a big area, and when that's gonna get used, I mean, maintenance has to take the tractor out, fill it up, pick rock, get everything cleaned up out there. Grandstands, that includes a grandstand arena. They're like the event arena. We don't, I'm not gonna disagree that that'd be too cheap, but also I don't know the last time anybody's ever used a grandstand.
Right, and that's kinda what I was looking for.
You know.
I was gonna ask, but.
Cause going into that, we talked last time too about what about our central area, our south area, and our west area. Well, the central area and south area both have a lot of electrical available to it. This is a kind of the new map that I drew up. This is like the new camping map for the fairgrounds. This is obviously non-fair. These two pedestals here have each 2050 amp breakers in it. This one has, I think, a 50 and a 30, and this has two 50s and a 30, or two 30s and a 50. Down here, that's got 2050 amp breakers. The one over here is 2050 amp breakers. So you have a lot of access in those areas for electric.
And that's part of the price.
Well, that we broke these off into separate areas now because of that.
Meter them.
They're not metered, no. So that's, I mean, if you want to meter whole buckets,
Oh,
you know.
no, that's.
And that's what I'm saying. So we broke these off. You know, then this west area is a really big area. You know, the dog show uses it. It's used a lot for parking. Again, that's something maintenance has to maintain that we're not, I feel like we're not capitalizing on that. So we broke those three areas off. Those are each $300 a piece if you wanna rent that.
That's good, that's.
And it's still cheap. The only thing is it's just a big field. There's nothing there, but,
So
you
for
know.
that kind of money, I don't think that's out of line.
no. And then the horse barns and the sheep and goat, little smaller barns, more kinda specific to just animals, especially the horse barns. So $150 a day. We have one group, I think, that rents the entire fairgrounds at a time, right, Char? Is that just the dog show? You know, so at first I thought, if you add all of this up, you're just under $4,000. And I said, well, you know, 2,000, and I think, you know what, she rents it for 3-4 days. That just took her bill from 3,000 to 3,000, 4,000 to 6,000, 8,000. It's a lot of money and probably gonna chase her away. At $1,500 a day, I think a little more reasonable for the entire fairgrounds.
That's cheap.
Okay,
And it's still cheap, I'm not saying it's not, but
And I know what you're saying, not to scare them away.
So are you keeping the setup dates half price?
I actually took that off. We could add that on, it was cross.
Wait, I'm on the old one,
Yeah, you're on the old one.
sorry.
The one thing we did add, and I think that this is an issue we need to discuss, is the garbage disposal.
That's fine.
So down on the bottom here where I have this highlighted, because, well, let's cover equipment, I guess, on the side. You know, we get a lot of people come and rent their equipment, that's our picnic tables, plastic tables, chairs, garbage cans, the spools, all that stuff gets used. We're not making anything on it, not saying we have to, but this year we had an event, 2 picnic tables got wrecked. And when I mean wrecked, I mean got thrown in the dumpster. And 3 others I found were, the brace pieces were busted. Well, who's paying for it? So you start renting it out, and, you know, at least the picnic tables at $10 a table. It's for your entire event, not per day. You know, if you get 15 picnic tables with 1 break, say you just got $150 to fix it. At least covers your material roughly.
For $10,
Well-
I think I'll just come get one of yours and not buy my own.
Well, that's just it too, you know,
I don't have to build it.
you don't have to build it,
$200.
you know, and so I think that's something, you know, and chairs, that's, I don't know what we have for chairs, I know storage unit 1 has a whole bunch in there. But same with like garbage cans and recycle bins. That's another thing maintenance has to take, go set out. Now, I'm not saying they gotta place them where they want, they can just be like, you're using the multi-purpose, here's 5 garbage cans, put them where you want.
So if I fill up the dumpster, does the county pay for dumping?
Well, that's what we're getting to next, yeah.
Okay.
The other thing on there was trailer, the county does have trailers down there, apparently they've rented them out before.
I ran that by Brian, maintenance manager, and he questions whether or not we really wanna keep trailer on there because we
Yeah.
don't have anybody sign liability. And if they get in an accident, it's with county property,
Yeah.
are we then hooked?
It was
So-
just it was on the old one, or on the old form.
Yep, the old form had a lot of other stuff on it, concrete blocks,
I don't
you
think we
know,
should go down that road.
So and
um,
I agree, use that for kind of county
There's-
use only.
and his first comment was, well, I don't think we should be using it unless it's full of picnic tables, and that is the only time, Sons of Ambets are the only ones that use that trailer. Every year, they load up all the picnic tables and then just come pick the trailer and then bring it back. Otherwise, Rock Rally, they bring their own trailer.
If we
So
start-
I just think with liability, we should probably not.
If we start letting that go out to every average Joe, we might be going up a tree we can't come back.
Cause I don't want them to
Right.
think that they can just come borrow a trailer.
Right.
Oh, I gotta
Yeah.
go move something and come get a trailer, that's not the purpose of
Yeah.
this.
You know, you stick
And then-
around, just keep-
So we'll take that off. Bleachers and canopies too, we do have some of those, but, we discussed bleachers would obviously be something done on site. $15 a unit for your event, they gotta stay on the fairgrounds because they're not the easiest things to move, you gotta kinda know what you're doing. And we'd rather not have somebody break them all up, so that's something too, $15 a unit. Does it cover probably a maintenance guy going and setting them for you and running the skid steer? Probably not.
You're not in this get rich.
But, you know, at least if they start getting rented out, it gives you a little bit to
Something to offset.
fix them. So then, yes, going to the garbage, that was a big thing. That's a highlighted, I put down at the bottom. All garbage must be disposed of properly in the roll-off container / dumpster provided by Rusk County. And they have to initial it. If your garbage isn't taken out or it's left a mess, then obviously they can forfeit their security deposit. But, we were talking today, that dumpster's getting dumped a lot. I don't know,
$400.
$400 every time it gets
How many
dumped.
yards is that?
There's nothing,
How many yards is that?
15.
15. And there's nothing going on at the fairgrounds right now.
And then
How's it getting filled?
That's the question.
Enchilada?
Well, you can't, it's a big roll-off, so they come in with a truck, hook it and pull it up. personally, I think the county needs to look at putting up some kind of fence or structure around it. So I guarantee you people are coming and just throwing stuff in
I
there,
bet your butt they are.
because it's just open, and no, you can't see it from the road or
Should've
nothing.
known
you
that
just
before
drive
I
in.
done the garage roof.
Right? I think that's something we need, well, this would have to go to property, but consider having it in a.
How often does it get dumped?
Oh,
You just look at
twice
the
a
bills.
month?
So it's $800
$800 a month.
$800 a month right
That's a
now,
lot.
and
But like right now it's full because, all, the jail got new mattresses and Trails End didn't want them, and so they're in there. But there's no room here for large garbage disposal, so stuff does go down there from other county properties. And back in the day, we did have a security camera back there. There was some illegal dumping going on.
We did have a camera.
We did, yes, long ago, Mike Natchez
So
time.
Joe Blow can just come in
Mhm.
and empty.
And that's happened, you know, I think there's other events we said you gotta take your garbage with when we get there and find out that you're in there, so.
Get grand pick for a nice fence.
So what happened to the camera? Just kinda go to the wayside?
Well, every month we had to pay data, so I mean, it's far different than cameras nowadays. And they would not remove tax, so we wound up just getting rid of it. Cause every month, you know, I had to submit the data charge
Why
and
don't
the
you
tax.
go to 360 South Downs? Set it up down there. It's a 360, that's what it works.
Well, that's a maintenance issue.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that like $179, it'll catch anybody that comes down there. And
High res, get their license plate on there.
I'm not trying to sell them only because I got 3 of them, they work really, really well.
Well, yeah, we probably go with Link, cause that's what the county usually has, for theirs. But, yeah,
Is
the
it-
fairgrounds is over budget right now, so, we can talk about this stuff, but it's next year.
yeah, and that's something, I mean, I think it, cause, yeah, I understand there's, you know, other places, I don't know how, it's all coming out of fairgrounds budget though. And at $800 a month, that's a lot of money, cause the fair gets its own dumpster over the fair. We get our own roll off,
Yeah.
which is obviously the biggest event going on, produces the most garbage.
So why don't we refer this to like property?
About whether to charge users for garbage?
Well, that's what's part of the rates. The rates is kind of to help pay for that garbage as well. But,
You have to, cause it's property.
yeah,
Maybe it's cheaper to build a fence
This
or
committee's
have the
usage.
cameras.
Well, we're using it.
Yeah, if we wanted to put up a fence out there, that's property,
Mhm.
but whether to charge for garbage, I don't believe it's a property item.
No, that's not what I was going with. As far as turning it to property, as far as getting the security camera, or something set up there. Monitor this,
Right,
because
for 2025, that's a grand idea. Unless equipment fund wants to pay for it or something like that.
I can't believe there isn't some way to get a lock on there.
well,
It's
it's
an
just,
open dumpster.
it's a big open dumpster, yeah, so you gotta, no,
fenced in.
so,
It's just, you drive your truck up there, have 100 bags in it, throw them in, and leave.
And buy another one, you own that one, you own that one?
We own it, yes, but you have 2, then, yeah, it's just more expensive. It's, you know, and as the guys, you know, clean things up, yeah, there is a lot of usage, and Fairgrounds doesn't pay for all of the dumpings. You know, every once in a while we'll bill one to the courthouse, things like that, but, it does get empty a lot.
Is it always full, or do they do it on a regular basis?
It's, yes, we never do it unless it's we've gotten in trouble because they've been too full.
I just don't know.
the only thing is, I mean, if you put a tall enough, if you put a tall enough fence around where you can't throw stuff up, 10-foot fence. You know, space it back
I
a
mean, if
little
it's
bit,
like a 6-foot fence,
you know,
doesn't matter.
yeah, as long as you know, obviously you gotta have room so they can back up, unload and drop off, but keep it back ways so you can throw it in there if they miss the garbage.
don't care.
Well, and at least, I guess when they dig their garbage, find out whose it was. Favorite pastime of mine. That's something,
So other things to consider, are you going to charge a security deposit for equipment? We've not done this in the past.
I think we should charge it, and only I say that is because the county, or the fair board, however you put it, has money invested in this stuff. If we don't start charging for this stuff and it walks away,
Mhm.
it costs the fair board or the county, however you wanna slice it, money. Well, I don't.
so how much would you wanna charge, like, if somebody were just coming and rent equipment,
250?
you say $250? At least it's incentive to bring it back, cause honestly, if they went and took 10 picnic tables for $100 and they just kept them,
Well, okay, so some of the people who have equipment usage, Rock Rally, Terry DeSalle, Gary Swoverland, couple graduation parties this year.
Well, they're not out the money if they bring it back in good shape.
Right.
Well, but if you don't charge them anything, then I mean, that's
It's a free.
why they're getting trashed, they don't have any skin in the game.
Yeah, none of them, so, and or they don't have to return it.
Right.
Right.
What if I don't return it, or am I stealing it?
I think you should do 250, well, I don't know, 250 is like a round number or whatever, but, and then, yeah, I already told maintenance that we have to do a better job of labeling things, so we know exactly which tables are gone, when they come back. And they'll have to do that now, because that's the only way I would refund a security deposit, if they told me that everything was in good condition.
Basically sign in, sign out.
Yep, so we're painting the tables right now, labeling them, fixing them right now. Painting them, stenciling them, so we'll be ready for next year. Personally, garbage cans, recycle bins, I wouldn't charge for,
that stuff that
There's
just
really no
stays
skin in
on,
the game on
stays
that.
on site anyhow.
Yeah.
And just because it's on here, I don't believe means that we always need to supply it. We are not in the business of, doing tables and chairs for weddings and big groups. These canopies are pretty cheap, you know, and we have a few, and they get damaged very easily. So I like that there's an asterisk by that one, but, if they all break, then I suggest take that off. So that we're just not tying ourselves into,
Replacing.
replacing them.
So you don't want handies on?
She said if they're gone, we just don't replace them when they fall apart.
I mean, it can be there, we can take money for them, that's
Well, I
fine.
get it.
I don't know that
If you
anybody
don't
is-
want them on there, that's fine,
Yeah.
I was just asking to make sure.
Yeah, I guess keep it on there, but, I don't know, I get it, $1 for a chair, but actually all these three I would take off, garbage cans, recycle bins, stools.
What is cool?
Those big, the big circular, things that wires for cable companies, them things. It's kinda like a thread spool, but much larger.
No, take those off, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's just stuff you need to have.
I mean, I just put
And just another FYI, looking at the map,
Maybe we should ask you too, if that's okay.
We talked.
Go ahead.
just another thing, with the revamp of this, of the camping map, we technically only need one porta potty. Right now, the fairgrounds budget pays for 3 porta potties in the tune of $525 a month. So next year, with the new budget, gonna pitch that we buy, that the fairgrounds actually buys their own porta potty. You can get them around $700, and then all you do is pay for servicing. And then that one stays exactly where it has to be in order to meet the campground, requirements. So groups will have to get their own porta potties. We will not have the luxury of two they can just move around anywhere.
So that's a good thing, right?
It's a good thing for the fairgrounds budget, but if you're having a wedding, you know, you have to, and if it's gonna be large, you have to realize that, yeah, that's an expense you have to consider.
Get to your 30. Okay, Mike. You got a question in this one?
Well, I kinda feel like we need a motion.
Is that what you mean? Or,
Oh, no, there's no money in the fairgrounds budget right now to buy a porta potty, and
It's
I did not
a
think
one
that
right
was
now.
true. No, I'm just saying that users, when you're talking about rates,
oh, about the rate.
yeah, they're gonna have
Okay, yeah,
to
yeah,
do that yourself, so, I mean, at one time, we were talking about really raising these rates. And you have to think about all the other things that they have to do, so yes, we're gonna pay for their garbage now, but they have to pay for porta potties, plus they have to pay for insurance, which a tulip policy is $60 to $115 per day that they are there, whether they're setting up, tearing down. And then another thing, when we're talking about usage agreements, typically what we do at Trails End, if you are out by noon, you don't get charged for that day. You know, so, you might have to think about maybe doing that. And right now for the fairgrounds, we've done that. This year, we've not charged anybody for a Sunday, if they're out by noon. But that, you know, that could be part of this discussion as well.
So is this still a preliminary?
Yeah, we're waiting for us to make a decision.
Wait for what?
Us to make a decision.
Oh, us.
I did say us.
Yeah.
Tossed it around several months now.
Yeah, it's been.
We actually promised her, but I didn't put that in the minutes.
I don't think this is out of line at all.
No, I don't.
That's just my opinion, but, Mike and Lois, I don't know what you
No, I'm
guys.
fine with it.
That's fine with me.
Do we wanna just approve this first, Charmaine?
Sure.
Or do you have something else you wanna add to it to throw along with it?
I would probably throw in the no user fees charged if you're out by noon, but I mean, that is a usage thing, but these are user rates, so I don't
I'd
know.
almost just leave that out.
You can always do that when you do the usage agreements.
By basis.
They can request it at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Let's do
deal with
that.
it then, okay. Yeah. So the only thing we took off a few things and we added $250 security deposit for equipment.
For the equipment, but 500 for the
Yep.
buildings and the grounds or whatever.
Yep.
we decide on that side, correct? Yep. So, I guess it'd be in line for a motion to approve the fairground user rates agreement. Based on what's presented to us today.
I'll second.
Motion by Ms. Good, second by Mr. Russell to approve the user rates. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Had to go out.
That took
But you got
several
there.
months.
Yeah, that's what
You
I'm
got
saying.
there.
Not just today.
I must be like, I can't. Okay, well, that takes care of everything all the way to the bottom, don't it, Charmaine?
I believe so.
Fairground usage agreements, fairground building equipment usage rates, already done that.
Jesse's here.
Guess we've got something to add to it.
The only thing I have is that we have, demo derby this weekend on Sunday. So if anyone wants to come out, check that out, feel free, should be fun, starting at 1 o'clock. The group will be down Saturday, putting some fencing up and, should have it cleaned up and everything Sunday night, and I'm like nothing happened, I hope, it's the thought.
After that, then it gets shut down after that one.
No, one more
I think
wedding.
it's winterized, but,
One more weekend.
We got one more wedding,
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
the following weekend.
Okay. Okey dokey. Bill report payment invoices. Motion to approve the, motion by Mr. Russell. Second by Ms. Good, to approve the invoices. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Bills are paid. Next meeting date. November 6th. Now, I am just gonna throw this out there. This date might clinch a move. It's right after elections.
I told November 5th is the presidential election, and so I'm not sure what time. I mean, 3 o'clock is not bad, but 8 o'clock is not as bad, because everybody's bringing in their stuff.
Yeah, that would be
And
better.
so I'm short-staffed right now as well, but we can play it by ear too, so.
So, just so everybody's kind of aware of it moves, that would be why we'll definitely announce that. Everybody's good at that, good as moment, everybody need at 3 PM on the 6th. Okay, motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. We are adjourned.
Quick. Okay, see ya. Don't forget that.
Tonight, we'll get it.
Okay.
I'll get on.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you, Mike and Lloyd.
see ya.
Meeting over.
I'll see you